Hello, everybody. My name is John Corey. I spent the last 20 years of my life in the United States Navy Seabees. The Seabees motto is the difficult we do at once, the impossible may take a little bit longer. I'm telling you this because when it comes to funding, the Seabees are the redheaded stepchildren of the Navy. Every October, Big Navy gets a huge pot of money for defense spending. Each department within the Navy puts in the requested amount they need to maintain operations. The Seabees never get the amount we need to maintain our uniforms, equipment, weapons, tools, etc. Because of our motto, and we never miss a deadline, that requires us to come up with innovative ways to do things, still get things done with less. But it wasn't until I got out of the Navy when I thought of something that could be beneficial to everybody and instead of just the 10,000 active duty Seabees. So I came up with a product called Smart Footwear. The intended target market is parents of small children, all first responders, hitchhikers, climbers, and of course the military. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children report that 800,000 children in our country are abducted annually every year. That's over 2,100 kids per day. Statistics prove that if these kids aren't found within the first 48 hours, they're not found alive. That happens to be the case for 20% of these kids. Firefighters fighting the California fires. Sometimes they deploy by helicopter and they go in behind enemy lines, so to speak, and they have to set up a defense barrier or a trench to deter the fire from going into heavily populated areas. But the problem with that is sometimes the wind shifts within a moment's notice, and before they know it, they're trapped. Hikers and climbers, they go missing every day in this country. They get lost, they get turned around, some fall, slip, get injured really bad, break a leg, and if they're not found in time, some of them starve to death. Most of us know the story of Aaron Ralston. This man cut his own arm off with a pocket knife when he was climbing in Utah, and the boulder he was on shifted and pinned his arm. And let's not forget about the 4,596 combat deaths that occurred in Iraq and Afghanistan between 2001 and 2011. 25% of those deaths were preventable. And they bled out because they were unable to tell what blood type they needed in a timely manner. I have a solution. Imagine if we had the technology or resources available to find those 20% of children that lost their lives within the first few hours that they're abducted. Imagine if we were able to pinpoint the firefighters that become trapped. We were able to pinpoint their location, their exact location, and drop a line from a helicopter and hoist them to safety. Imagine if we could locate the exact location of hikers, climbers, or anybody that's reported missing within the first few hours. Aaron Ralston would still have his right arm today if this technology was available to him then. Imagine the 25% of military members that could have been saved if only the field medics would have known their blood type a few seconds sooner. That's over 1,000 fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters that would have returned home to their families. My invention is a revolutionary new idea that would solve all of these issues. My smart footwear will be unlike any footwear the world has ever seen. And it has the potential to save lives if the right people invest in it. All of my footwear sold will be equipped with a small removable computer chip, similar to a basic memory card, but on one end will have a USB end like a thumb drive. Every new pair of boots or shoes will come with a computer chip technology already inserted in the middle of the hard sole of the foot under the insole inserts. So if you imagine a boot or a shoe, the hard insole rubber right here, there'll be a compartment in the middle of here. And underneath the insert, right here will be like a little hood where the computer chip is safely contained, so it doesn't bounce around in there. Every new, as mentioned, every new shoe or design shoe or boot in the store will come with this computer chip already in the boot or shoe. When the customer walks out of the store, it'll already have a GPS function to it. But it's each customer's responsibility to take their shoes or boots to their next doctor's appointment and have their family doctor install that computer chip into their USB port of their laptop and save that patient's emergency medical information. Stuff like blood type, allergies to certain medications, emergency contact numbers, etc. So, how much will this cost? A pair of children's shoes will run around $40. A pair of hiking boots will be around $125. Firefighter boots will be $150. Combat boots will be $200. This might seem expensive to some people, but can you really put a tag on a loved one's life? The average cost of my material, plus labor and overhead, results in an estimated income to me and my team of 20% for each item that's sold. How will I finance it? I estimate that I'll need $250 for startup capital. The Small Business Association is a great resource for a potential loan for my startup cost. I have $50,000 of my own money, so I'll need to borrow $200,000. It seems like America wants veterans to own businesses. Everywhere I go, there's all these opportunities for us to get a business loan or to be a manager. Because of this, a great asset available to me is the VA Small Business Loan Program, which has an excellent tax break advantage associated with it. Another option is called Patriot Express Loans. This is a program funded by vets for vets. My competition out there, I can't honestly think of any footwear that can compete with my technology. The only competition that comes to my mind right away is smartphones with the GPS function. Medical bracelets or medical necklaces maybe. That also comes to mind. However, a phone battery, it's eventually going to die. My footwear is not. Bracelets and necklaces can become lost, but people never, ever take off their boots or shoes in extreme situations. My growth opportunities. My product offers unlimited growth, future growth potential. Many other groups of people could benefit from my product, such as fishermen, hunters, tourist guides, and people going on tours. That's just to name a few. My product has the opportunity to infiltrate the world market as well by getting them advertised on sites such as Amazon, eBay, and Alibaba. The entire world could benefit from this technology. Let's not forget the 1.4 million and $800,000 active duty and reserve members of the United States military. Although it's extremely time consuming, it could be very beneficial to us. At the same time, my product is being sold and manufactured to the general population. My team and I will be working with the military and hopefully trying to get a contract awarded to us. If we could get that contract, that's over 2 million people who will be issued each 2 pair of boots at $200 a piece. So the sky's the limit for my growth potential. As I said, that concludes my project pitch. Thank you for taking the time to listen to it.